I'm so mind blown right now. Like, whoa. Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. Oh my gosh, it's been a couple weeks. It's been a little crazy over here in my department. I moved to Boston. I'm finally settled in. I was able to find a way to get my background up and be able to film for you all, so I'm really excited to be here. So as you can tell from the title, we are doing a full face of Isadora, and this is the look that we achieved today. Much more grungy than I expected, but I'm actually really pleased with the way it looked. So if you want to see my reactions to using Isadora for the first time and to see how this face was achieved, then just keep on watching. Since this collection is kind of based around being an active wear type of makeup, I figured it'd be great to kind of do more of like an everyday type of look. My skin's already prepped with some moisturizer, so I'm going to go straight into the active all-day wear makeup, 24 hours. So I'm going to go in with this. I got shade Sand 14 and this was sent to me, so hopefully this matches. The component looks like this. We're just gonna take, whoa, this is very interesting. Do you see this? It's like interestingly stubby. I'm really confused, and it kind of like dripped onto my finger. Okay. By the way, this is the Isadora makeup blending sponge. So first impression, I really like it. It's really soft and feels really smooth. So let's take this thing, I guess, and put some on the sponge. I'm not really sure how this is supposed to work. It's really liquidy. So let's start with that amount and kind of just press that into the face and see where that gets us. I can't tell if this sponge or it's the foundation that smells kind of like chemically. Might be a combination. Oh, okay. I'm gonna try just going directly onto the sponge. Oh, okay, very liquidy. Ah, okay. So we have now that much and we're just going to press it onto the face. Oh my god, it might be a little light, but let's see if we can fix this with some bronzer, or maybe we can sheer it out a bit. First impression, this is definitely more of a light medium coverage. You can still see a lot of my scarring and some of my bumps on my chin and cheek. I feel like it oxidized a little bit because now it doesn't look as white on my face. Okay, I used quite a bit, but I'm gonna go in and add some more. This time I'm gonna try using this little sticky thing and like going directly on the skin. Yeah. This is very interesting to use. And just do the same thing. Pat it. One thing I will say though is that the sponge is really soft, but I feel like it's absorbing a lot of product since it is so soft. And on the package, it did say to wet it before use, so I like that. Now that I look really ghostly, let's go in with some concealer. I wasn't sent concealer by Isadora, so I'm just going to go in with my own concealer. Today we're going to use the e.l.f. 16-Hour Camo Concealer. I feel like this might work well since the foundation was a little bit more sheer. This might be able to give me a little bit more coverage. And I just focused that right into the dark circles under my eyes. And I'm going to go ahead and use the other side of the sponge and blend it out, making sure to put some of that concealer onto my lid since we are doing some light eyeshadow. Then I'm just going to set this with some translucent powder. Nothing crazy. I also wasn't sent any brow products, so I'm going to go ahead and do that, and I'll be right back. Alright, so we're back and we have brows done. I use my $1 Billion Brows Universal Brow Pencil to do this, so that's what we got. Now we're going to move on to some eyeshadow. We have an Isadora eyeshadow quad that looks like this, and this is in the quad shade Muddy Nude. I don't know if muddy would be the best way I would want to describe my eyeshadow, since that's like an adjective that you don't want your eyeshadow to look, but we'll go with it. It looks really good for every day, so I'm excited to kind of dive in and see what we got going on. It does come with these little itty bitty applicator things that I don't think anyone uses to do their eyeshadow, but you know, that's cute. Let's go ahead and start with our eyeshadow. I'm just gonna go in with this shade right here. These are all mattes, so it's gonna be a very simple look, and we're just going to dust off the excess and then go ahead and apply that all over the lid. This will serve as a good base to apply the other eyeshadows as well as set that concealer that we had on. With the same brush, I'm just going to go in with the next shade, which is on the top right here. It's like a mauvey pink almost, and just put that into the crease. Then to build this up even more, we're going to go into the next darkest shade, which is right here on the bottom left. This one is much more purple than the previous shade, so we're going to go ahead and focus this a little bit lower in the crease so that we can kind of create that gradient. Okay, I feel like that color is showing up more, which is good. The other two were not really showing up that much. And now that we have that shade there, very kind of dusty and not really noticeable, but is there. We're gonna go in with the very last shade and use a new brush, a smaller blending brush. We're just gonna go ahead, tap into there and focus this on the outer third. I'm finding that it's a little bit easier to apply it by first patting it and then blending it out. It is a little bit on the less pigmented side. Back to my first brush, tap into that third to darkest color and then just smoke out the outer V a little bit more. So that's what we have. It's very, very subtle. I'm not gonna say it's my favorite eyeshadow look I've ever made. It looks really just kind of like dusty. That darkest shade really gave me very little dimension. I'm not a huge fan, but it is what it is, you know? It's not always gonna work. So I'm gonna go ahead and do the other eye off camera and then I'll be right back. This is what we have for our eyeshadow look. I used a little bit more of that darker shade to deepen out the outer corner. It's looking a little crazy and pointy, but I'm gonna blend it out once I do my liner and see where everything kind of goes. So next we're gonna use the ISADORA glossy eyeliner. I don't really think a lot of people prefer a glossy eyeliner. A lot of people prefer matte. So I'm interested to see how glossy is gonna be, you know. This says that it is waterproof, so that's good, and it's in shade 40 Chrome Black. It has a really nice fine tip, it looks like, so hopefully we can get a good wing tip using this. So let's go ahead and give it a try. Okay, the tip is really stiff and it's actually felt tip, so this should be interesting. It's not really used to such a stiff liner. Okay, so that's one eye. Is it my most favorite eyeliner? No. I find it really annoying to dip the brush back into the pot and kind of get more ink. I much rather prefer to kind of be in a little cartridge so that it can go on and in one swipe I can kind of do my eyeliner without having to like shake or redip or anything like that. So not my favorite. It was kind of hard to get a precise tip. I mean, not the worst thing in the world. So let me go ahead and do the other eye and then I'll be right back. All right, so these are the eyeliner situations that we have going on right now. I would say it's much more matte than glossy. I feel like it doesn't even look that glossy, and I will say that the tip of the eyeliner kind of softened and broke in the more I used it, so I thought that was interesting. But I definitely like my second eye now that I got used to how it works much more than my left eye. For being waterproof, it's kind of running even a little bit now that I just like put it on, so that's interesting. But otherwise, not horrible, not my favorite, but not horrible. So let's go on to the mascara. We have the Isadora Stretch Mascara, and it's in this cute packaging. I love this like faded ombre red to black business we got going on. Let's look at the applicator. Ooh, okay, so it's one of those like spiky silicone things. I don't like those, but we'll see how it goes. I'm gonna go ahead and curl my lashes so we can put some mascara on. It says that this is an expandable brush. I wonder what that means. Oh my god, okay, so there's arrows right on the bottom here, and when you do that, the brush lengthens and shortens. Oh my god, that is so interesting. I'm so mind blown right now, like, whoa. Okay, I see why it's called stretch now. I'm like shocked. Okay, so I'm gonna go over like the medium setting and then see how this goes. This is so weird, okay. First impression, I feel like this mascara is doing a good job of coating my lashes, not lengthening them, but definitely doing a good job of coating them. So at least that's that. So this is one coat. Good look at that. And let's go ahead and do a second coat. Okay, so this is 2 coats on. You could see that it did a really good job of thickening and kind of coating my lashes, but in terms of lengthening, not so great. But I actually like it. It's not bad. I will probably use this mascara again. Also, I really like that it's not clumping up on my lashes. It's looking really nice and smooth. Kind of just like my lashes, but thicker. Okay, so this is 2 coats on both eyes. I'm going to clean up the mascara marks on my eyelids, don't worry. So far, I'm really happy with that eyeliner mascara combo. I'm a fan. Okay, so now I'm excited to get this face not looking so ghostly anymore. And to do that, we have the Isadora Face Sculptor Palette. This is in Warm Peach. Comes with a bronzer, blush, and highlighter. So we're gonna go ahead and open this up. First, I'm gonna go in with the bronzer since I cannot stand that my face is looking so ghostly. I'm gonna go in with this Sigma brush. This is the F30. I'm gonna tap into the bronzer. Ooh, okay. It actually does have quite a bit of a sheen. I did not think it did, so that's interesting. So let's go ahead and see what this does. Alright, I like that this bronzer is definitely buildable. I like that when I tapped my brush in, it wasn't like straight like on your face, you know, so I really like that. I usually don't like bronzers with shimmer in it, but surprisingly, I'm actually really liking this. We added some bronzer, and now we're adding a little blush. I like that they have both been really buildable and gives a little youthfulness to the fronts of the cheeks. And now lastly, we're going to go in with some highlighter. To do this, I'm going to use an SL Miss Glam brush. Take a little bit. It looks a little light for me, so we'll see how this goes. And then we're just going to put this on the high points of our face. Boom. I was not expecting that much. That's pretty intense. Okay, so this is really interesting because it has kind of like a, almost like a duochrome, like frosty pink to a pink shift. This is quite interesting. I don't know how much I like that, but I think for this look, since everything is kind of like pink and mauvey, it kind of works. Lastly, we have the Isadora Twist Up Gloss Stick. I have this in the shade Toffee Pop, which looks like a nice mauvey pink. It says that this is a moisturizing lip filler. Interesting. Okay, so let's go ahead and just pop this on the lips. It looks like just a chubby stick like that. That color looks very questionable, but we'll see how it goes, right? That took an interesting turn. I was not expecting this to be so like gray. Luckily, I like kind of mauvey gray lips, but this was like not this color. Like, you know what I mean? Like, this is not the same thing. I wish it was a little bit more of that like dusty rose color. I would have loved that so much more. Color aside, the formula feels really good. It's really moisturizing, so it feels good on the lips. Not sticky at all. I feel like I could see myself definitely like throwing this on when I want a colored lip, but something more comfortable. It's just kind of confusing me because you can definitely see the color of my lips underneath, but then you see gray. Like, and it's not full coverage, so I'm very confused. Maybe I need to add some more on the bottom lip? I don't know. That didn't really make it better. So that's that. So let's go ahead and just finish it off with the Make It Dewy Milani Setting Spray, since this was kind of more of like a everyday active type of look apparently, but now I look like really grungy. So let's just go ahead and give it a spritz. Okay, so this is the final look. It's been a while since I've done a more grungy look, so this is so interesting and different, but I actually really like it. Let's talk about some of my favorites. I think I really like this Face Sculptor palette. I wasn't really expecting to like it as much as I did. I think the shades were definitely layerable, it was buildable, and I thought the highlight, although not my first choice, was really pretty. I would say pass on the foundation. It smelled kind of funky. It didn't really give that much coverage. I mean, for an everyday, sure, but I don't know. I don't know how 24 hours this is going to be since it was so like wet and slippery, kind of oily, so meh. The mascara I'm definitely going to use again. This eyeliner, I'm going to hopefully give it a try and see if I can get used to kind of redipping and all that stuff, but it actually worked out really well. The eyeshadow quad, nothing special. I wouldn't like jump to go use it, but it is really pretty for like kind of everyday like smokiness, kind of like this, especially paired with this grungy lip moisturizer lip filler. It kind of works out and it kind of gives you this nice like little grungy fall vibe, I guess. I think overall I enjoyed the products. It was really fun to play with this brand and try out all their different products. Thank you again to Isadora for sending these products my way so I can share them with all of you. Thank you so much for watching. I'm sorry again for being away for so long, but I'm so happy that you're still here. As always, don't forget to like this video, dislike it, share it, do whatever you want to do with the video, and I'll see y'all next time. Bye!